Hello guys. So here's another project, Dollar Tree. So what we have here is the rub-on transfers, sanding sponge, and our adhesive cork sheet, and these are wreath charms from the Dollar Tree. I picked up 3. As you can see here. So then we have our spackling, pair of scissors, our scraper, and also we're going to need, of course, our heat gun. So what we're going to do here is, first we took that back piece off there. We're going to put some heat here to the sticker to pull it off easier. Then we're going to wipe it down here, clean it off with some Goo Gone. I'm going to do that to all 3. Then we're going to take some alcohol, clean that off, take some spackling to these holes and cover all these holes. Clean our fingers off, of course, a little bit. We're going to dry that spackling in there. We're going to take our sanding sponge and sand our surfaces down to all 3, like you see here. Front and back on the sides. Like so. Do that to all 3. Of course, you're going to want to, after you're done sanding this off, you're going to wipe this down to get all of the sand off of there and what you've sanded off from the surface. Clean that off, of course, like I said. And then we're going to take some antique white apple barrel acrylic paint. We're going to paint the top here of one of these. I'm just going to take some paint here and put it on a plate. And just a clean brush. I mean, you can use a brush from the Dollar Tree. Just any type of clean brush will do. I'm going to take that acrylic paint, the antique white. What I used was antique white. And cover your surface here. And I did 1 coat, let it dry. I dried that with the heat gun for the top and the side, and then I went in with another coat of the antique white. So I did about approximately 2. If you want to do 3, you can, to make sure it's covered. So I did 1 coat here, as you can see. Take our heat gun, of course, dry that up. And like I said, we're going to do the top and the sides of that. And then we're going to take, for our other 2, we're going to do, what I did was I picked Snow White of the apple barrel acrylic paint there. And I did, again, 2 coats each on the tops there and the sides. I'm going to do something different with the bottom there. I don't know if you figured out what we're making here or not. As you can see, I'm putting on one coat now here. Still see a little bit through there. Of course, I'm going to dry it up with the heat gun, so I do come in with another second coat. There, yeah, 2 coats. Yeah, like I said, if you want to do a third coat to make sure it's covered, because you are going to want to go over, and I'm going to show you here soon. We're going to sand this down. Well, maybe I didn't show you. But I sanded, I don't know if you could see there on the top there, I did go after and sand the top of that. I don't know where the clip went. Sorry about that. So what we're here doing now, I am taking the Dollar Tree rub-on transfers, and I just pick that specific design. You can pick any design you want. This is the one I chose for this. This is the antique white, the very first one I did. So yeah, they're tricky to work with. If you get your finger on that, you're going to take the design off. So you can't touch the design with your finger because the design will come off of the back side of that onto your finger, and then your design is ruined. So I'm just trying to find a good placement here. Again, this is just inspiration. You can make yours how you like, or use any type of color of paint, or this is just what I chose specifically. So then I'm trying to line it up the best I can right there in the middle of this first round here. Then I just have a basic just popsicle stick from the Dollar Tree that I used to rub the surface on, transfer onto that surface there. You do have to rub it pretty good on some of them. So that's how that one came out there, as you can see. Not too bad, huh? Again, we're not looking for perfection, or at least I'm not looking for perfection. And then I'm going to take here some Mod Podge, again from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put a few coats, anywhere from 2 to 3 coats, just enough to where you're going to seal your transfer down. And I'm going to do the top and the sides. If you want to use something else, go ahead. You can. This is just what I chose to use. This is just personal use for my home. So we're going to put some, again, Mod Podge on there. We are going to do the top and the sides, of course. I didn't use any gloves this time around. I like to work with my hands with this. I could have used gloves, but I guess I just chose not to. You can if you want. You don't want to get your hands messy. It does wash off pretty easily. At least in my experience, it washes off pretty good. I never had any troubles with the Mod Podge or anything. So again, as you can see, I'm doing the top and the sides all the way around there with the Mod Podge. Then I'm going to come in with my heat gun and dry that up. Put a couple coats of Mod Podge there on top just to seal it in. And if you want to use the waterproof, you can. I'm just gonna end up wiping these off with a damp cloth. I have no reason to put them down in water. Especially, I'll show you why here in a moment. Here's some more. I'm just going to do some dry brushing with these colors on top of this. We got the Apple Barrel Khaki acrylic paint here I'm going to use. Then we've got the Jet Black Apple Barrel acrylic paint. And then we have the decoart Storm Cloud Gray. acrylic paint. And you can get those at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Again, I'm just dry brushing. I do believe I'm using the khaki first, which is that light brown one first. Yeah, that's what I'm using there now. Just dry brushing just a little bit. You can, if you don't want to use that or do any of that, you don't have to. Again, just my preference. I just was kind of going for a little of a vintage, oh, messy look. I don't strive for perfection. I just go with the flow, so to speak, and how it comes out is the more imperfect, the more perfect is how I feel. So again, there's that Stormy Gray by that decoart. And then I do believe I come in here and, sorry, my arm's in the way there. And come around the edges there just a little bit with that jet black. And I believe, go on the surface a little bit there over the, as you can see here. I was trying to figure out my angling there. Sorry. Okay. Again, this is just what I chose to do. If you don't want to do any of that, you don't have to. If you don't use that rub-on transfer, you don't have to. I didn't use very much paint, so I figured it would dry pretty quickly in between. If you want to use the heat gun on top of that, for a second or so, you can, before you sand it down a little bit. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to. You don't have to sand it down at all if you don't want to. This is just what I chose to do. Kind of rough it up a little bit and blend those, my different paint colors. And then I'm, wiping that off. I believe I'm going to come back in here with some, another top coat cover of Mod Podge there, just to seal everything in on this first one. Again, couple coats, depending on your preference. I did anywhere about 2. I believe it was 2. If you want to do 3, you can. If you don't want to seal it at all, you don't have to. I did. I'll show you. You'll catch on here in a minute as to why I wanted to seal it. So I'm using the heat gun to dry all that up there. And here's a close-up of what it looks like. And then we're going to move on to the Snow White, the other 2. So I just put, again, the rub-on transfers, just my preference of the design I went with here. Some pumpkins here that I chose. Take the take the stick here and rub this on. You have to rub it pretty good. Sometimes I'll peel them up and they won't all be down, but that's okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with, trying to figure out another. Okay, I went with the, looks like the bat here. And cut that out. You can tell me in the comments maybe what you would have chosen, or maybe your paint colors, what you would have done different. I look forward to hearing from you. Do try to keep this page, positive, and see, there's the bat. So far, okay. We're going to move on to another rub on here design. I believe I'm choosing that eyeball there. Sorry, it's out of frame. Okay. Place that down. Take your popsicle stick or whatever you want to use to rub your rub on transfer down. Pull that up. And I believe I was going to go with the ghost there. Sorry, some of this is out of the frame. I'm still trying to get the hang of the recording and the different angles. And so I'm taking the popsicle stick here and just going over the transfer, rubbing it down onto the surface there. Pull the plastic film off of there. There, it's that one. If you want to stop here, you can if you're going to use the same designs. If not, that, you know, I'm just here just to show inspiration, that's all, and gives hopefully some ideas. And if you do decide to recreate this, please leave some pictures in the comments. I'd love to see them. Share different ideas along this crafting journey here with everyone. Okay, so I put that one down, and I believe I'm going to choose that other one there, right there on the corner there, and place it down. Rub those on. Okay. Something simple to do with the kiddos as well. Maybe they can choose the design or help you rub the design on, or possibly recreate this in the harvest designs. If you'd like to see that, let me know. Have any of you figured out what these are or what I'm making here? This is something that is really fun. You know, you can sit back, put some music on or a show and have fun doing this. Okay, so there's that one. There's the second one here. So what we're going to do is move on to the very last one. We're going to open here a new pack of transfers, again, from the Dollar Tree. I really like their designs this year. It was really, really great. Okay, I think I just showed you what I was going to pick here to put on the surface here. I believe I go with the Trick or Treat here and place that in the middle here. I'm going to take some of the stars with it. Again, down in the comments, you know, let me know if what you would have chose differently, what colors you would have done, what type of paint you would have, you know, the colors of paint you would have chose, or something you would have done different. Would have you gone with, you know, the cats, the skulls, and something entirely different? Maybe throw some stickers or something on there. Sorry, it's out of frame again. I'm so sorry. Again, I'm trying to figure all these different angles out, and I apologize for that. Okay, so again, I'm just trying to find my placement here of where I want my, how far down, how far up, in the middle. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not. I'm sure a lot of crafters know that, or artists, or anybody that, you know, has to take their time with something. Or okay, so what I'm doing is, again, taking the popsicle stick and just smoothing over the transfer here. Make sure it's all adhered and down to the surface. And some of it, you know, again, I didn't intend to keep all this in there, but this is real. This, you know, it does sometimes take a little bit to get that off on there. And so here we have this design here. Oh, my arm's in the way. Sorry about that. So I am in the moment, as you can see, trying to figure out. I could have decided beforehand, but I figured it'd be a little bit better to choose while I'm on here. It's in the moment. It's real life, you know. It's figured I'd do that with y'all. If you don't like that, let me know. Maybe I can change that, or already have it picked out. I hope y'all stay to the end, see the outcome. I think it's pretty nifty myself. So what I chose obviously was a spider to put right there. And I believe that I'm going to stick with that and just go with what I have there. Let me know in the comments. Would have you added something else? Would you have taken something away? Would you not have added that design at all? Do you like these designs? Do you like what I chose? I'd love to hear your feedback and your opinions. So again, what I'm going to do here is take some Mod Podge and seal this rub in, or rub on, excuse me, not rub in. The rub on transfers down. Again, I chose to do a couple coats, you know, at the top here and around on the sides, just to seal everything in. I'm out of frame again. Sorry. Darn it. I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah, there I am going around the sides here. Seal that in on the sides. We're going to do the last one here with the Mod Podge, the top coat. Put that on there on that one. Do a couple coats of Mod Podge on top to seal your transfer down. And protect your surface. If you want, again, if you want to use something else, again, out of the frame. I'm so sorry. Ah, You know, when I was doing these, it looked everything like what it was in frame, but I don't know if when I was uploading or making adjustments or whatnot to these to the video here. Again, okay, I'm going to take my heat gun and dry that up. Dry the Mod Podge around the sides and on the top to both of them. Again, this is just for personal use for at my home. You do not have to do this exactly. I'm just sharing my ideas and creativity with you, hoping to inspire, maybe give you an idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take some of that that black acrylic paint, and I'm going around the sides here. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. At least not for me, it doesn't. I'm just doing some dry brushing here with that jet black. Or if you want to choose a different color, you can. Again, I just chose the jet black just to give it some more dimension, to heighten it around the edges a little bit. And there we go. There's that. Okay. So what I'm going to do here now is get some Mod Podge. Cover the surface here. Do the sides. Some more Mod Podge here. Do the last one. So is anybody ready for Halloween or harvest time? Anybody start decorating or DIYing yet? So what I'm doing here is finishing up with the Mod Podge. Gonna use our heat gun here, my heat gun, to dry everything up. Here we have, I'm just trying to show you here what we're going to use next, which is that adhesive cork sheet there. We're going to use that, open it up. What I'm going to do here is adhere this to the back. It's sticky, so what I'm doing here is putting it there on the back there, taking a pencil. I'm going to trace around my surface here so I know where to cut. I'm going to do that to all three there, as you can see here. And take the scissors here. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, just cutting around there. I'm going to do this to all three. Have you figured out what I'm making here? So cut that out all the way here. And this cork sheet, obviously, this is the bottom side of it. The white part is the bottom part where it's, yeah, so that's going to go on there. So that white part we're going to take off of there. That's the, I'm just trying to line it up here. Make sure it's going to cover the bottom there. And this is where I'm going to take this white piece off here, this, which is going to be sticky, of course, if I can get it off. There we go. So that part right there that I'm touching is sticky. So we're just going to try to line it up the best that you can. Doesn't have to be, you know, perfect or spot on or anything. I'm going to show you why here in a moment. It's okay if it hangs over a little bit or it's a little short or whatever. It doesn't, that's okay. It still is going to serve the purpose of it being put on there. So what I'm going to do, obviously I've got some overhang here, so I'm just going to take the scissors and go around and just cut that off. Sticky. Sticking to the scissors there, just be careful. My scissors are pretty dull right now, so, but you still have to be careful. Oh, sorry. I shook the my camera there. Sorry about that. I'm just going around and getting off the excess there again. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to be coming in and smoothing that all down anyways. It's more or less, I put it there just as a protection barrier for the bottom, depending on what you're going to be setting that on. And so it's not obviously sliding around. I'm just making sure it's all stuck to the bottom there. And then we're going to do that again as I'm showing here to all three. Cut out, you know, everything you need, all three, if you're going to be making the, three. As I did here. I'm going to take my sanding sponge here and just go around the edges and sand that excess off and round it off there to my liking. If you don't want to sand it off, you don't have to. If you don't want to cut the excess off, you don't have to. It's just, again, personal preference to kind of finish it off and complete the project here. So have you figured out what these are yet? These are coasters that I decided to make. I'm just showing here an up close and personal of how it all came out here. The front and backs of each of them. And so thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Please like, sprinkle out. Hope you come back, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to follow or subscribe. It's free. I'm going to show you here what it looks like with a cup on it. One of these here at the end. Thank you again.